Beautiful day, Patriots. Where we go one, we go all. So you want to know what I still don't get though after all this that I've been learning? Is that I still can't get people to listen to me. Me personally, in my everyday life, I haven't been able to convince and show one person that I know about Q. Not one. Not one. Okay? I just don't understand it. You know, we as Anons, we know a lot more than the average Joe, right? Ding ding. Where we go one, we go all, right? Ding ding, ding ding. So let's use some common sense and use logic, right? Right? Because the ones that are teasing will be the ones that need us most, right? We're going to have to be real nice to the ones that were the meanest to us. You know, luckily compassion works and we've got it. It's what QAnons are all about. But I can't get people to look at me, but I'm looked at like a box of rocks. And if I keep acting like the old ways, people will keep acting like the old ways. We all are going to be changing. We all will be changing. Where we go one, we go all. Well, some will be changing, maybe not all. We've been informed 20% to 80%. 40% to 60%. We know what that's about, how much is going to be public, how much is going to stay private, and then some of us will be able to change and some of us won't, So let me ask you something. Do you think for some reason that you personally, you know 100% and the public, the rest of us, will know only the 20 or the 80 or the 40 or 60%? You see how weird the mind works? I'm convinced I know 100%. And it's the rest of the world that will not get to know the whole thing. We really have to not take ourselves too serious. There's no way we know 100%. Just no way. Use your common sense. Use logic again, okay? This is a war for your mind. And it's your mind they want. And if you don't care about your mind, why would anyone? It's free. If you don't care about your mind, who will? Well, the people that want it, for sure. And if you don't think they don't want it, well, you're not even in the game, are you? So, we all feel the same things, and that's love, all right? So use your mind, find the love. Where we go one, we go all. That's how God made it. God made us all to go in the same place. So pray for your family and your friends because the compassion works, and don't forget, the ones that teased us the most will be the ones that we have to be the nicest to, okay? So, God wants us to pray for the average Joe. Ding, 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 okay? It's a beautiful thing. All right, so now we're moving forward. These are the new things that I've just discovered. We're talking about the dots now. When you go from one tweet to another, we use the dots to say that we're continuing from this tweet to the next, right? Okay, so I just started to figure this out on the 14th of December. I just found this out. We're going to go through a few of them real quick just to show how the process worked with me. So when I understand more, I'll post more. Now, when the POTUS Trump tweets and he puts 4 dots in a row, and then he puts on the next tweet 4 dots, so like the continuation between the two tweets is 4 and 4. There's been no timestamp difference. I've seen 6 to 7 examples of this. It's hard to go back for me with my stuff, so I try to work forward, but I've noticed this is a definite pattern. So a 5 tweet string on the 11th of December, I went back and looked, so we had 7 dots, 5 dot, 5 dot, 4 dot, 7 dot, 5 dot, 3 dot, and then the last of the 5 tweets had 4 dots. So I kind of lined it up like this because I just had figured something new out. I was trying to try something. I was looking to see if the 4 and 4 had no timestamp gaps in it, and that's what was happening. So I came up to this one. Let's look forward. I've got more examples. So the next example, on the December 13th, POTUS Trump has a 3 tweet stringer, okay, with a lot of dots in it. So these 3 tweets line up like this. I'm learning, I'm trying to figure this out. So I lined it up like this. Q drop 6 and then Q drop 4, 3, 4. which, you know, seemed pretty good. But then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, well, you know, sometimes it's spot on, and sometimes you just happen to think, and it was new, and I'm trying to learn new things. So I went to this and thought about it on the next example. It's the same one, the same 3 tweets from the 13th. And instead of the Q drops going from 6 to 4, 3, 4, I was like, oh, well, wait a minute. What if we go like this? What if we just split them in 2, because 2 tweets like that? So 6 and 4 and 3 and 4. Q drop 64 and 34. And that was way more on dot with it. It was really started to make sense, right? Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. So here's again, we got another 2 sets of tweets. Let's see what it says. Okay, POTUS Trump today did 2 sets of tweets today. Both sets used the 4 dots and 4 dots on both sides of the tweets. Both sets have no time difference. The time difference between the 2 sets of tweets is, okay. So those 2 tweets had no time difference in between the 2 gaps of them themselves. So I took the first 2 tweets and then the second 2 tweets, okay, those tweets in between, but I took those 2 and used the time gap in between the 2 sets of tweets. I know I'm not explaining that very well, but the gap was of 400. Okay, it was 4 hours and 1 minute in between the difference. So I did the gap, and the gap was 4 hours, and then we did the third to the first, right? Third to first, which gives us 40, because we throw the zeros away. Many ways just to say get rid of the 0, but go to 40. And so then the timestamp and gap code went to Q drop 40. It was beautiful. It really, there's really something on these dots. This is just a few days old. I'm still working on it. A lot has been happening. This one was funny. So on December 24th, POTUS just did a tweet that started with wow on the December 14th, 2018. I went back and looked at some things. I noticed that Rosie on that same date 7 years ago did, wow, you are an ass. I went and looked at Donald Trump. So the same 7 years ago, he calls her a total loser. I have a funny feeling that that wow that he posted was a direct response, again, just to give her a little barb. We know we love her, don't we? All right, what we got here? Oh, okay, so here's more of the dots. Here we go. So to understand the timestamp and gap code, we have to keep learning. We just started to understand how dots are being used, right? I am, anyways. I'm only showing you what I've been shown and learned. Jesus allows me to see this. It's not me. I tell you, I'm not even joking. So, first example how the dots work. Here's his POTUS Trump's on the 15th. This is his timestamp. The hour is going to be different, but your minutes are the same. He's talking about the Interior Secretary with dots. Okay, the next tweet is on December 15th. Same thing, you know, the numbers are going to be the same. You might have a different hour, but this is how many dots he starts with to finish off the string of the tweet. So what do we got? We've got a gap, and we've also got, so we know we have a gap of 3, right, in between, and that's so small, there's nothing there. So we take the dots and we add that with the gap. Yeah, they are the both tweets, right? So it's not something I'm taking out of thin air. So I'll take the first dots from the first tweet, 7, and then we've got a gap of 3, and then we take the dots of the next one of 7, right? 737. So we'll go to Q drop 737. We're all learning new things, man. This is great. Where we go one, we go all. Never stop learning, my friends. It's up to you. It's up to you. His next tweet today was again 737. That's what I'm talking about, how he keeps balancing these things back and forth. These next few days are incredible. So we got 2 tweets, one through a gap code and dots, 737. His very next tweet came out as a timestamp of 737. God bless you, Patriots. God bless you, Patriots. God bless you, Patriots.